So we're going to be taking this Pessima 2.0LX on a little durability run here on Grid Map 2.0. We're going to be going over a series of bumps, ramps, and jumps, and even a little bit of off-roading, just to see how durable a stock little car can be. So real quick before we start, we do have a little bit of engine health stuff here at the bottom left, and at the top right we have power numbers like the torque and horsepower, just to keep a good eye on stuff. Also, I would normally put background music on, but since this is more of an informational video, I want you guys to actually hear everything going on with the car. Also, I just want to let you guys know I appreciate every one of you guys that subscribe to me. Every like, every share, every comment, it all helps to grow this channel. And the goal is to try to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I did start uploading daily on January 1st, so there's that. But anyway, let's get into the video. So for starters, we're going to see if we can actually do any sort of burnouts or donuts. So the only way to actually do a burnout that I can think of is to turn like I just did. But that barely works. Yeah, you're definitely not going to be buying this as a burnout machine. That's the only way I can do it, is to turn. And even then, it's not really doing a burnout. It's just more or less the body pushing the car in that direction. So we're going to be steadily working our way into the categories, and first we are going to do suspension. So I'm going to do my best to simulate this. We're going to roll at probably 25 miles an hour onto these little bumps. Now in real life you would never actually be going that fast on these unless you're a madman. Ooh, there's a little jump there. I did not realize that was there. Hey, it's actually taking it pretty well though. But for 20 to 30 miles per hour roll, that's not too bad. Well, it survived that pretty good, considering I didn't realize there was a little jump right there in the middle. Now, I have not reset the car, so we're just going to keep going and see what kind of damage it collects up over all of these little suspension courses. Next up, we have the pothole machine. I'm going to be doing about 50 through these potholes, because that's a little bit more realistic if you're doing highway speeds, and you didn't really notice there was a bunch of potholes up the road. Handle that, no problem. It really sucks that I can't reset it because I have to drive all the way back. I guess I could just flip around the other way, but it's more aesthetically pleasing doing it like this in the same direction. Next up, this one's more like a million little rumble strips. And they're kind of big though for this little car. And we're going to be trying to roll through at 25, but it doesn't look like I can keep the speed up. We're actually stuck. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, suspension is not this car's main component. Come on. This has got to be painful to watch. Hey, there we go. We got a little bit more speed. Okay, so again, I'm not resetting the car. The only thing that really happened was the bumper got tore off. I'm surprised the exhaust is still there. There's our bumper. Alright, next up we have these little squares. I want to try to do about 40 miles an hour through these. Yeah, not too bad. Just enough to actually work the suspension. Okay, survives that pretty easily. I actually did just now realize that we got some door ding damage. That's a lot more than a door ding, however. Same with this side. Next up, we have these little cylinder bumps. Hopefully this doesn't destroy the car too bad. We're going to be rolling through at 40. It's not as bad as the little staircase ones over there, or rumble strips. Oh, no. Well, we seem to have destroyed our steering. I mean, it kind of works, but not really. Kind of just a one-tire fire now. Well, I didn't really expect that for this little car, so I'm going to give it another shot with a fresh spawn and see if we can actually make it over that. And if we can, we'll just keep going on with the rest of the suspension tests. Well, it looks like if you go faster, you can clear them easier. Oh, God. It's just destroying the steering, though. Yeah, it's easy to say that that's just not going to be possible. But we'll just keep going with the rest of them. So we're going to be doing about 50 through these. Oh, God. Well, That's more than you probably would in real life. And considering this isn't made for off-roading, that's pretty terrible. Hey, it survived it though. It actually didn't destroy the steering. We're just gonna full throttle it through here, see what happens. Oh god. Well, that didn't work out. Just out of curiosity, this will be the last suspension test before we go to the off-roading test. So let's see what happens on these little jumps. Yeah, these are more or less like simulation for speed bumps, and that handled that a lot better than I thought it would. It's still drivable. Alright, so the next test we have here is the off-road courses. We'll start with the first one here and just roll through at around 40 miles an hour. Not doing too bad. As long as we don't hit the wall. Yep, we're good. Trying to keep it around 40. It's kind of hard to do, this little thing. Okay, so it survived that one pretty well, as you can see here. I have not reset the car, so we're just going to keep going with the course until we can't go no more. We'll do this one at 40 as well. It's actually taking these jumps nicely. Well, we got a little bit of hood damage, it looks like. Okay, that's the end of that one. As you can see here, just minor hood damage, a little bit of bumper damage, but nothing too major. It's not completely falling off yet. I forgot to mention we actually do have a popped trunk and might have sustained a little bit of inertia damage somehow. So I don't see how we're actually going to do this one, but we're going to try anyway. We'll also keep it at 40 miles an hour. Oh god. Ooh, that's gonna mess us up. Hey, it's actually working though. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of a running start here. There we go. That should make it up it. Nope, not quite enough. Try it one more time, and if it doesn't work, we'll just go to the next one. Trying to give it everything it's got. Come on, baby. Come on. You're so close. Yes! We did it. Alright, not too bad. So, it seems to be overheating just a tad. But that's okay. Our bumper is still kind of there. But other than that, it's got a little bit of fender damage. And I think our camber's actually thrown off a little bit. Maybe. But it survives. So let's go to the next one. Alright, this final one's going to be a doozy because I don't see it making that in a million years. The rock hill over there. But let's try it anyway. At this point, I'm just going to go full throttle because there's no point trying to keep it at 40 when all it's doing is ramping into the holes. Oh my god, I was completely wrong. Wow, that made me out to be such a liar. It made it right over it. How is that even possible in this little thing? So we did lose our bumper, but that's it. Other than that, it sustained the same amount of damage it did as the one before it. Surprisingly, it sustained minimal damage for as much as it had to go through. I'm surprised. The front end has lifted itself up quite a bit, and that's really all. The trunk did get deformed just slightly, but nothing you couldn't fix. However, the windshield did get blown out, and the driver's side window. Not too shabby, though. Let's move on to jumps. This doesn't count, but this was fun. Oh, yeah. Smack it. Oh, no. Is it still drivable? Hey, it's drivable, kind of. Wow, this thing actually sustained a lot of damage, and it's still able to kind of work. Look at it. This thing shouldn't even be able to move right now. Alright, so we've come up to the last section of the durability test, and this is going to be ramps. We're going to hit all of these at around 50 miles an hour if we can reach it. Yep, right there. Huh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. A little bit of bumper damage. But keeping with the other sections, we are not going to reset until we have destroyed the car completely to the point where it cannot drive. Here we go. And hopefully we can make it up to 50 miles an hour. This ramp is probably going to be a little bit steeper. Alright, we've hit 50. Oh, it's a lot steeper. But we are drivable. A little bit of door damage on both sides. Looks like we have deformed the fenders and the whole front end quite a bit. It's kind of lifting up there. On to the next one. Surprisingly, it's still alive. It's not completely overheated to the point of not running. So, let's see if we can make it to 50 on this one. No problem, really. And there's 50. Oh god, I don't see that happening. Hey, it still runs. Holy crap. Look at that damage. Yeah, that's not very healthy. Lots of deformation on the top and the front right. However, the main chassis, though, it's still turning and driving just fine. So as dumb as it looks, well, let's go to the next one. I'm going to be very surprised if it survives this. But let's try to get to 50. So far, it's been able to do it on all of them, so. Right at it, and we went into a roll. Actually, not that bad. It didn't do any more damage, really. It kind of flattened out the top, but not too shabby. Still able to drive just fine. Now this one's probably going to be the killer. We are currently overheating almost to the max, so I'd say this ramp might actually kill the car. See if we can hit 50. Yep, no problem, just like the rest. Ooh, I didn't hit it centered. Let's retry that. We are actually overheating to the max, so I highly doubt we're going to make this one. See if we can even reach 50. As you can hear, the engine is knocking pretty bad. Well, I mean, it took it. It's just fine. But listen to that tapping. Yeah, those are not good engine noises. It sounds like it just wants to give up. But it's not, though. It's still driving. So we're burning oil. We're overheating. As you can see, the engine's health is completely dying over here. Oil starvation, coolant overheating, and probably oil overheating. And we are down. And the rods and pistons aren't doing well. Probably because the piston rings are burnt out. Or damaged. We did do a lot of front-end engine damage. However, the block's fine. So that's going to conclude the video. The car actually just shut off. It is such a pile of crap now. But anyway, this thing actually took on a lot more than I thought it could. The jumps and stuff that it was taking were surprisingly big for such a small car, and it handled those like a champ. I'm really surprised. Let me know if you were also surprised, because I thought on the first or second one it was going to die, and it clearly didn't. I mean, heck, slap a new head gasket and an oil change on this thing, and you can go on your merry way to do whatever you want. Feel free to take a look at my channel to see what other stuff I got going on. I do upload once weekly car jump arena videos, and when I'm not doing that, I usually fill in the other days of the week with mod videos or interesting edited videos. Sometimes I don't have all the time in the world to edit a lot, so that's why some of these videos like this are just more informational and not hardly edited. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, think about subscribing, and if you did, make sure you hit the notification button. That way you are notified on every video I drop, usually once a day. Sometimes 2 on the weekends. But I'll see you in the next video, and have a good evening.